Okay
You're
lah.
with our new host, Opah Refie.
Huh? I can't
Oh,
hear.
Oprah Refie.
Opa Refi.
Like Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, Opa Refi.
Ano, Opah Refie pakai kain pelikat dengan serkup. Baju pakai tak? You tahu t-shirt
Ah,
singlet yang atuk-atuk pakai tu, yang warna putih tu.
hmm. Tahu? I ada.
Yes.
Welcome back to another episode of He with Refie Redzuan. The final episode of the season, he brings you a panel discussion with Anfaal Nawawi and Firah Redzuan on a topic that uncovers the story behind the reality that is hard to resist. The social engagement is an addictive behavior, whether you realize it or not. The panelists also reveal their favorite social media platforms, talk about how the engagement is affecting them, and delve into the meaning of it. Open up about their experience utilizing the applications and share their hopes and dreams for everyone to engage with social media responsibly. This conversation is just the tip of the iceberg. Hi, Anfal and Fira.
Hi,
Hello.
Refie.
How are
And hi, Fira.
you?
Hi.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that all of you joined me today for my very first podcast with more than a person. And this this episode serves as my season finale. And I want to promote awareness and understanding of social media engagement to help us to be responsible and cope with its harmful impact, especially when we take it too personally. So, hence, this discussion and conversation hopefully will encourage listeners to view it from different perspectives and ideas to improve our mental health and well-being. Oh, that sound a lot so formal. Yeah, we want to be. I want my season finale to be more fun. So, okay, let's shake myself a little bit. I have my first question here. Now, what is your favorite social media platform? Can you describe why it is important to you?
All right. I already have something in mind, so I'm gonna go first if that's okay, Fira.
Go
Um,
ahead. It's
yeah,
fine.
yes, because my favorite social media platform is Instagram because I am a lazy person. Instagram is simple. You can just sit there and scroll, and
Mhm,
you don't have to click links, or you can read comments and stuff, of course. But it's a really simple layout, and you view stories or you just scroll through the feed, and that's pretty much it. And to post stuff also, it's simple, and you can. The thing about it is,
mhm,
I like using social media as an something I do in between stuff. Like I'm
mhm.
Mhm.
waiting for, I don't know, I put something in the oven and I'm waiting for it, and then I just mindlessly scroll through it. So the simplicity helps me with doing that.
Mhm.
All
Right.
right. What about you, Fira?
Um, I agree with Anfal, but since I'm like I at first I do enjoy, like I would say Instagram was my favorite, but
Hmm.
being a young adult sometimes I feel like I have moved to TikTok instead. So
Mhm,
I because why I say that is I feel like in TikTok I don't really have to social. It's still a social media, but like I don't have to really social to
mhm.
socialize with others. But it I feel like it's more positive than Instagram, in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
how about you, Rafi?
I feel that I think I've been an Instagram person for the longest time. I love Instagram, especially now. Instagram, you can hide hide posts that it's affecting
Yeah.
you. affecting you in a sense that for me, if I see, jealous lah aku tengok ni, I would say remove it. Apa ni? This is so annoying lah. Remove it. So that it would not, the algorithm will not show that anymore. So it's
Yeah.
good for my mental health. I mean, I
Yeah.
gotta be honest when it comes to that because um it's not so much of jealousy or annoyance and whatnot. I think it is more about the triggering effect.
Yeah.
Some of the
Yeah.
postings that
Mm-hmm.
shows up, it can be quite random, especially Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, even for me. For
Mm-hmm.
me, so then I am now Instagram. Why it is so important for me that they allow you to do all that, like to filter that. I mean, you only see what you want
Mm-hmm.
to see, and that that help you to feel good and good, by yourself, for example. Because I did mention about taking it too personally. So at this point, among of all the social media platforms that I've used,
Mm-hmm.
so far, Instagram allows you to block those harmful words that people can comment, delete it, and whatnot. I'm not sure about TikTok and other social media so far, but for example, Twitter, th- some of the ads can be quite triggering for me. Like,
Yep.
say
Agree.
I just had a fight with someone, and then suddenly it shows up to mock me or something.
Mm-hmm.
Even a Twitter itself by someone who they are suggesting, for example. So I only go to Twitter for other reasons,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm an avid Instagram user.
Yeah. And
Oh.
the type of content that you see in these, so we've mentioned three different platforms already
Hmm,
for
hmm,
including
Yeah.
hmm,
Facebook. But the
hmm,
type of content that you see on these platforms are also different, and the you get different sort of things. Like on Twitter, you have a lot of people sharing opinions,
hmm,
and
Yeah.
you have the same in Instagram, but because it's mainly based on something visual,
hmm,
so
Yep.
it's portrayed in a different way.
hmm.
So I think that's why you also get different things from these different platforms.
Yes, and perhaps looking at visuals like on Instagram, they're more appealing than reading, opinions and articles on Facebook, for example. What do you think?
I feel like it's a choice. It depends on your
Mm-hmm,
mood. I feel like for me, it
mm-hmm,
depends on my mood. If I feel
mm-hmm,
like, oh, if there's a tea or something, like uh I would say gossip, then I would go to Twitter because
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it's where you share opinions, so it's easy to get what people say, what their opinions are on that platform itself. But on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, it's way different because like it's all about setting up an image of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a platform where you really want to take care of your brand. It's way different.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Mm.
TikTok, on the other hand, for me, it's just videos. I mean, I don't look good. I don't look good in videos. So whenever I think of putting myself out in TikTok, although it's the thing now, I still have that fear to even engage myself in using TikTok because I don't think I can, post a lot of video content on TikTok. Hence, if I feel like I want to do TikTok bit version of on Instagram, I can post it on Reels. If I want to post a picture, I can post a picture. If I want to put a story, I can use stories. So it has this little different types of
A little bit of
posting,
all.
yeah, in one um app basically. And then I'll just share it on Facebook. I don't even look at Facebook anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
The same with me. And speaking of TikTok, Fira, I
Mm.
think it was very interesting. You said as a young adult, I
Mm-hmm.
tend to prefer TikTok, and then it hit me. Yes, I am not in the young adult category anymore, and
That's true.
and I have a TikTok account, and I have no idea how to use it. I mean,
Yeah.
I use it to view stuff, But I wanted to post something the other day, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, this is complicated. Back to Instagram.
Instagram,
Instagram.
yeah. I
Yeah, it
think
takes time to get used to.
it's hard. It's hard to find all those those rhythm of how to use it because if you don't know it, it's going to be challenging, and then it gets frustrating.
Yeah. But
You know?
like TikTok is quite similar in terms of like algorithm to Instagram, because like
Mm-hmm,
they at first when you first join TikTok, they will give you a different kinds of videos, like sometimes are like sad or funny, but it depends on what you like. I think in my opinion, maybe what you like or like what you share to someone will set up an algorithm for you. And there's a
mm-hmm.
button that it says like you don't want this content anymore, so it's quite similar like
Oh,
Instagram.
so TikTok
Yeah.
also have it, yeah?
Yes.
Like
So
sometimes
you
they
will
show
see.
murder or abuse
Yeah.
videos online. I don't like it.
Yep, I've seen those. I've seen one news video where it was a lot of blood, and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, but
that's
they
not for
censored
me.
the video, but it's still like it should not be so out there. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
not good for kids to watch
Yeah.
if they
Okay.
accidentally come across of that video.
Now,
Yeah.
moving on to the engagement itself. For example, watching those videos, liking those pictures,
Mhm.
asking to follow someone, request for a friend, unfollow or filter messages and whatnot. How well do you perceive the engagement, whether you as a user or someone that does to you. Like, how do you respond to it? Especially when someone likes your post, or someone
Mhm.
requests to follow. And if you have a private account, you will have to approve it. And if you found out someone unfollows you, block you, and then someone you don't know requests friends, or someone remove friends, how does that is affecting you as well?
Hmm. I guess to some certain degree, it does affect you. Like for me, I
Mhm.
like to think
Agree.
that I don't care, but
We
sometimes I
care.
do. I do
Yeah.
care,
Yeah.
and yeah, I
Yes.
can't help but care.
Yes.
And initially, a long time ago when I first started with Instagram, I used it just
Mhm.
to play around with the filters and get some, play around with filters on pictures that I took. And then
Mm-hmm.
I started following people, and that's when I discovered the engagement part of it. And then
Mm-hmm.
more and more people followed you, and then you followed
Mm-hmm.
more and more people, and it got busier in there. And then I reached a point where I cared too much,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and I didn't want to post something if I felt like, oh, people are not going to like this. And I I really wanted to make the best out of posting something, and it got really bad. To me, I
Mm-hmm.
found that it caused me a bit of anxiety every time I wanted to post something. I was overthinking it, and then that's when I decided that's it. I
Too
am
much.
going
Yeah.
to, why should I care? And this is
Mhm.
my account, and I
Mm-hmm.
should post
Yeah.
something that I like. And I can, of course, um, make a comparison and see, okay, if I post this type of stuff, a lot of people like it. And if I post this type of stuff, not many people like it. But hey, that's what it is. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter. It doesn't have to have a lot of
Mm-mm.
likes.
Mm-mm.
But
Agree.
you can't really reach there by establishing that, yes, I'm not going to care. I think it's a bit of a journey. You have to perhaps go through some sort of caring, and then you take yourself out of it.
Mm-hmm. It's
Mhm.
almost like setting a boundaries.
Yeah,
Like how
Yeah.
yeah,
far would you allow yourself to affect you, whether it's positive or negative. What do you
yeah.
think,
Yep.
Fira? What do you
Agree.
think, Fira? Yeah.
For me, I totally relate to Anfal, because like I say, because like I started Instagram at a very young age. So when being a teenager, being exposed to a lot of this, it's something that might not be as good for your mental health than you think of,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because because especially like my age, people would be like they want to show off, they want to show their best of life. You get what I mean? But then
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
it makes me, like, at first I used to post a lot, like every day I would post on story, I would post like most of the things that I do. But then the anxiety kicks in, and then I feel like, oh, why is suddenly my view getting lower, or why is
Mm-hmm.
nobody responding, or like replying to it. Then I get a
Mm-hmm.
bit insecure, like why is my engagement like this, and I will stop. I feel like I shouldn't, I shouldn't post anymore. But I feel like it's not right. And I totally agree in that part, where Uncle mentioned that, it's your account. You should do whatever you want. I
Mm-hmm.
totally agree with that, because I feel like that's your space. That's your
Mm-hmm.
account with
Mm-hmm.
your name. So it should be what you want. You should share
Yeah.
whatever you want here. If and I also agree that setting a boundary is very important, because the world out there is not safe, and you don't
Mm-hmm.
know who actually supports
Mm-hmm.
you, or who is, secretly being jealous of you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
things can be very bad, and without
Mm-hmm.
you even realizing. So, I mean, you can post whatever you want. I now My mindset is to post anything, but not too much.
Mm-hmm.
But still enjoy the platform itself, because it's a place for you to, share. There,
And
you're
chill.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're supposed to socialize. So go.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I mentioned
but
this previously
mm,
on my other episode that social media is there to connect you, but we became very distant even
yeah,
when there
that's
is a
true.
click of a button to send someone a message and say hello. So I think at the same time, like people that I'm close with, like y'all and some of my friends, they will, from time to time, or I will say hello and whatnot. But there are also other groups of people that are just there to watch you. I think that's the
Hmm.
scariest thing, and especially I have moved from having a private account and then really
Hmm.
separating the other one, which is the public one, so that I don't have to remove all my posting that I've done 10 years ago,
Yeah,
and still be there. Say if I die, I want people who in that private account be able to view all my images in the past and have the other one so that I don't have to archive it and create
hmm,
another account as a public account. But when you say that it is very scary out there, to be honest with you, it is very
yep,
scary on the internet world than the real life itself. Do you know that?
yep,
You know what I
Mm.
mean? Because I find it that when it happens to you in reality, it happens to you because it's real. What
yeah,
happens to you on social
Mhm.
media, it's
Mhm.
not it is real as it is because of those engagement, but we tend to, like you said, Anfal, you take it personally because it's affecting you, although that's not what it means. When my aunties, for example, doesn't like my pictures, that doesn't mean they don't support me.
Yeah,
You know what I
yes,
mean? But
that
I
is a
tend to
good
take it,
point.
take it so personal, like, why my auntie doesn't like me? Why my and then they
yeah,
like me on the funny pictures. Oh, this one auntie like all the funny posting, and this one auntie like posting on food. This one auntie like when I post my son's picture. My answer to that is I think we all at some point take it personally, especially when someone remove you or block you, and someone who that when they see you in face to face, I love all your postings, but they never like it. But
yeah,
I understand that now they don't like it because they don't want to be exposed, because you can view who likes it. But I'm okay with it being exposed, you know what I mean? But some people, they don't, especially
yeah.
when they
They're quite
found out that
private.
you're, yeah,
Yeah,
they're quite
yeah,
private, especially when they found out that you're ini public alamak aku like lah.
yeah, yeah. That is a
Kan,
good point, and
kan.
um, I I really relate to what you say, Refi, and
Hmm,
it's something that I feel, but I have always been too embarrassed to actually say out loud. Like
hmm,
sometimes if I post something out there and then a friend or someone that I know doesn't
Mm-hmm.
like it, but that
Mm-hmm.
person liked my
Mm-hmm.
other post. I'm like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
what's wrong? Does this person not like me anymore? You get
Mm-mm.
that
Kan?
really quick
Yeah.
thought that goes through your head. And if you don't manage that thought, it can
Mm-hmm.
grow and
Wait.
become
Yeah.
something else because, well, that's what our thoughts do sometimes.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
And
But I trust those thoughts. Ouch. I
what do you
trust
mean
the
by you
I
trust
trust
those
those
thoughts?
thoughts because before you continue saying what you want to say, I just have to add here.
Mm-hmm.
I trust those thoughts in it's so great that because I reflect too on my own doing. There is this person that I follow that I have to follow that I'm obligated to. If I
Okay.
don't, nanti there's emotional issue going on. So I still follow now. I still allow that not to mute. And I cannot. Some of the images I cannot view. So to be honest with myself, people may resonate the same way that I feel towards me. Does that make sense? So I would perceive that behavior of mine and put it
Mm-hmm.
into someone else's behavior towards me and be like, okay, that is the answer to that. Why this person just follow but never like, never do anything at all. But they're just there,
Mhm.
you know? So because I
Mm,
do that too. Because I do that too,
right,
to be honest, I do that too. I mean, everybody do
right.
it. Everybody does
Yeah.
it.
So you
Um,
mean that you perceive somebody else's actions or lack of
yes.
actions towards your post, and you
Yes.
perceive it the same way as how you would behave. So if you
Yes.
don't like some, for example, if you don't like my post because you're like, ew, cringe,
Yeah.
what is she
Yeah.
posting? And then
Yeah.
I don't like your post,
Yeah.
would you be thinking, oh my God, she's thinking
Right.
the same, ew,
Yes.
cringe, what
Yeah.
is Refie posting? Okay, I have those thoughts too. Those thoughts make sense. But have you
Mm,
ever? I mean,
mm,
have you ever tried talking to someone? Because I think a lot of these things they go on internally in our head, and then
mhm,
recently I met someone who really
mm-mm,
sent me a message. I really like your picture, the lighting, and blah blah blah. That person really explained why he liked
mhm.
my picture, but he never likes any post. And then I asked, like, why didn't you just
Oh,
like my post? He said, I don't
mm-mm.
like liking posts.
That I'm
That's
not.
just not me.
Yeah, that I understand because, like I said, some people they don't want to be exposed in
Yeah.
in that list of like and be like, this person suka lah dia ni. You know
Or
what I
But
mean?
it's
It
very.
could
in
be
the
that,
in the case of this person, he just didn't care. It's like I don't care to
mm-mm.
like posts. That's just not me.
But they just have to
Mhm.
tell you behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And say that they actually like your pictures. And that's a kind gesture. At least you know they like you, but they cannot just to hide themselves. But they
Yeah.
secretly,
It's just
no?
their preference. They don't
Mm-mm,
like using the platform or engaging in the platform like
mm-mm. What hurts me the most, what hurts me the
hmm
most is not about not commenting on your pictures or not liking them or whatever, or not about when I have thousands of views on my reels, but only few likes, but obviously someone is watching over and over. But what hurts me the most is when I have 10 stories and this person accidentally view one story and just remove themselves from the rest of the stories. That hurts me the most,
Same.
especially from someone I thought this person is, really fond of you or supporting
Yeah.
you, but then they're not. Then suddenly I decided to, like, you know what, I'm going to limit myself from this person anymore because I know this person just, oh shit, I accidentally watched his story. I don't want to, no more. Bye bye.
Yeah.
But could it be? Could
But
it
What do you
like,
be?
think?
no,
What do you
Could
think?
they
it
What do you
can
be
think?
that
really like you.
Ah,
yeah,
Oh,
that
could
oh,
be.
person really likes you?
yeah.
And could it be that they were in the middle of
Something.
waiting for something in the
Yeah,
oven,
could be.
and
Could
they
be.
viewed
Could be.
one story and the oven went ding, and they're like,
Could be because
and instead of, oh shit, I don't want to watch this anymore, it's like, oh shit, I don't want my lasagna to burn.
yes, could be because there are other times, there are other instances that this person that I was talking about viewing all of my stories and then sending a message. Ah, yeah, could be. Yeah.
Yeah. No, no.
Okay,
For
okay.
me, sometimes like, for example, if a person posts something, it's like 2 minutes, and you accidentally open and like, oh no, 2 minutes, get out. You know, they have to wait for like
Mm.
an hour. Then like, okay, now I can watch. No, that's like it's a whole different thing. But like, it's similar.
I got
I
one.
get
I
so
got
nervous.
because I did that the same thing. You know, Instagram. I'm glad that they have advertisement in between stories. So you don't accidentally go on to the next person that you don't want to view, just so that you know that is your boundaries.
All right, so that this is my next question, and this is
uh,
from the same person I told you about, the person who just doesn't
uh,
engage in social
uh,
media. I
mm,
have
mm.
expressed these thoughts also, and he said, "Why are you still following that person then?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay.
Ooh.
To
"That's the
answer
good
your question,
question."
that you
Yeah,
have to maintain, like, why do I still talk to my, say, parents? I love my parents, but some parents can be toxic. Why do I still friends with them? Because they are my parents. So I'm
Yeah.
obligated to have them as friends on my Facebook. I am obligated to follow them, but I know I can mute them. But because some of my aunties, they follow everything, but they never like, they never view, they never do anything. And then when you see them at the wedding and be like, I saw you there. I
That
don't know
is
why I
so
say
true.
auntie. I just say the word auntie, not to refer anyone, but aunties as a person.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Disclaimer.
So, so
But
that now you're opening up another interesting thing. It
Mhm.
it has become more than just a platform of
Right?
sharing stuff, but it
See?
is
Hmm.
also about um, being feeling obligated to let a family member or a really close friend or somebody follow
Mm,
you, even though it is
mhm.
totally okay to be um, good friends with someone who doesn't share the same
Yes,
interest. And
yes, yes.
essentially what started out with Instagram was that it's a space, like Fira
Hmm.
said, a space for
Hmm.
you to
Hmm.
post whatever you want. But then with the engagement part, it suddenly became something else. Like, oh, my family wants to see what I'm up to. Like for me, I live far away from
Hmm.
my family. And the one thing
Hmm.
I do like about social media is that they post stories of what they're up to. And I can sort of keep up to date with it without having to make a personal phone call to each and every person. Hey, what have you been doing? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like I cut my hair short and then I was like, okay, I went through a couple of days and I went to the office and people will be like, hey, you cut your hair. And then it was a small conversation. I'm like, all right, I don't want to have to talk to so many people and
That's
tell them
true.
why I cut my
That
hair. I'm just going to
yeah.
post it and then everyone's going to see
And then
easily.
they'd
Yeah.
be happy. They'd be happy. They'd be like, "Oh, that's the current status of someone. Okay, now I know he's okay. He's looking good." And yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But like I said, that's why taking it too personally, sometimes we tend to go overboard with that. We overthink about something when it doesn't really mean anything. But at the same time, it also means something. That's when, you go on to the next question.
Yes, because speaking of earlier, we mentioned boundaries.
Hmm.
Like, because
Hmm.
there's so many ways for you to perceive what's going on, even with a simple platform where you post something and you get likes and comments. Even a
Hmm.
simple act of not getting a like or not getting any comments can
Hmm.
Hmm.
make you think of so many things. So at some point, it you, you need to set some sort of boundary, I think. And how do you set this boundary? Where do you set the limit? When is it too
Yeah.
much?
Um, I think where do you set the limit would be to know that it is just a like. It is just a
Yeah.
number. It is just a posting. It is just a social media. Although, as much as we want to think that that platform, the numbers of followers, the numbers of how many people you follows, how many numbers of likes and stories, views that people watch your reels and comments you get do
Mhm.
represent yourself of something.
Mhm.
Say you are famous, you are a lot of stalkers and followers or whatever you defined it. It does give you some sort of a benchmark of who you are as
Mhm.
a person, that if someone look at my public profile and be like, this guy have only had 100 followers for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with him. Somebody don't like. I just gotta accept the fact that no one likes me. You know what I mean? So that's where you
Right,
got to
Yeah.
set your limit, meaning to say that you
right.
got to know
Okay.
that that's who you are. That's
Yep.
as far as you're gonna get.
So
You
it's
Yep.
in a
you should,
way, do you mean managing your expectations?
yeah,
And with managing your expectations, you can set
yes.
some sort of
Taking
limit there.
yes, and just know that it doesn't really define who you are,
Mhm.
Okay.
because
Yeah.
the numbers behind your followers, your likes, and your comments, for example, is the impressions of
Mhm.
number that Instagram provides you with.
Right.
Like my
Yeah.
podcast Instagram. I have about now, as of to date, for since a year, I have made it public, and then to have the season premiere in February 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I have over 100,000 impression with 2,000 over profile visit. That's a lot.
Mhm.
For a
Yeah.
That's a lot.
hundred for for 100 number of followers. So
Yeah,
people
it's still a
Yeah.
lot.
shares, people do click, people do constantly go back to it without following. That's why I keep it
Mhm.
open, because I know, wow, these numbers behind your profile says a lot about it. That's why I keep this podcast going, because I know
Yeah.
there are people watching it. They don't like you, but they do,
Yeah.
secretly or watching you.
Or they
Or
don't care to like. They're
yeah,
curious,
they're
but they're like,
curious.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
I'm not the type who is gonna like something for the sake of
yes.
liking something.
That's my limit. That's my
Right.
limit now. I know now.
Mm.
Oh, I don't have it. But there you go. Instagram provide you all those figures. They don't lie. You as a person can go back to your account, but you can never go back to 100 yourself. You can never go back 100,000, but just by yourself. There are
Right.
some people
Yeah.
out there who does that and see this. What's that? Click to view your profile. Click your website tabs, you know, and
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
see your content. Listen to your uh, podcast, for example, and that's how I know. Wow, there is this form of engagement that people don't see on your profile, which I can
Mhm.
see. So I really have elevated myself into the next level, that I know
Mhm.
now I shouldn't take it personally. They don't like it, but there, 30, 100,000 number of shares.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I think you mentioned something really good there. Don't take it personally.
Don't take it
Yeah.
personally. That's when you need to set your limit. That's your limit.
Right.
It's not to
Mhm.
take it personally. Yeah.
Right. And Fira, what do you think? Do you
Mm,
agree? Do you have any
totally
different
agree.
ways?
For me, again to mention, like, Instagram is a place where, there's a lot of content, and from your friends and from other people. For me, like I said, I used to have like, not to make this like a sad thing or whatsoever, but something I learned from is like I used to get depressed because of what how I perceive other people think of me. So
Mm-hmm.
I overthink too much, so when they don't like me, or when, especially if my close friends, when I post something, they don't comment back or whatsoever, I have this feeling of like, oh, all the negative thoughts that comes into my head, until at the moment where I couldn't stand how much that feels. like
Mm-hmm.
how, because like for example, there I came to understand that everyone has their own life, everyone has their own personality, and that no one is similar as how you are and how you think. So then I come to a limit where I'm just like, okay, not everything is about you, and that the whole is much the whole world is much bigger than what it is. So then I tell myself, everyone has their personal life that they have to go through every day. So we couldn't understand until we are in their shoes. You get what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like for me, like if you feel like your social media is very overwhelming, you should take a break, because it's a toxic place, I would say. Depends where you are, how you use it. But for me
Mm-hmm.
now,
Mm-hmm.
like what Rafi said, don't take it personally. I do it, it's like a thing that I really have to do for myself. I have to set that boundary for myself so that I can be much more positive, much more happier. And every time I go onto Instagram, if let's say I don't like a certain content, I just have to hide it. That's it's easy as that. You just mute. You just, life is very simple. You
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah.
have to make it a simple thing. If you tell
Mm-hmm.
yourself it's complicated, then things will be complicated. So
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
really have to know what you like and you don't like. So
Mm-hmm.
just help yourself and listen to yourself and all this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a good point, Fira. Life is pretty
Thank
simple.
you.
And
Yeah.
it's very easy because of how many people we can follow on social media. It's very easy
Hmm.
to just randomly follow this and that because, ooh, this person makes cakes. I like cakes and
Mm-hmm.
I like to
Yeah.
watch people make cakes. And then, ooh, this person dances a lot. I like to watch it. But after a while, it can get overwhelming and it's very
Mm-hmm.
easy to reach that stage.
Hmm.
And so both of you have pointed out that taking a break and setting
Mm-hmm.
your limit and don't take it personally, it's it sounds simple enough,
Mm-hmm.
but
Hmm.
it's very easy to also forget it.
Yep.
Yes. Totally agree.
Totally. Totally. Yes.
Yeah, and
Ah.
I
Well.
agree with you, Fira, when you
Hmm.
say that. Well, I went through a phase. Okay, I said I went through some sort of journey, so I used to feel so much anxiety about posting stuff,
Yeah.
and it would affect me if people liked it or not. And then I decided I don't want to care, but you can say that you
Yeah.
don't want to care, but you have to actively try to reach there. And what I started doing was if I don't feel like engaging with people and I feel like I need my own personal space, like
Hmm.
actual personal space, then I don't post anything.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
quiet on Instagram because
Yes.
I just, I don't want to have that on top of whatever it is that I'm processing in my head right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So setting a limit for who you follow and setting a limit also for yourself and what you post and
Yeah.
Yes.
because that also helps you manage your expectations.
And
Oof.
it
Um,
helps you to utilize social media rather, well than
Hmm.
harmful to yourself.
I feel like it's a
yeah,
process and a journey to go
Mm-hmm.
through. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's not something that you can, I think, that is easy to just join and say like, here I am, and I am ironclad, and I'm going to be able to face anything because
Yeah.
these things will happen, and you only learn by going through it. Most of the stuff you learn is by experiencing and then having your own thoughts, process it, and understanding what it means to you. And
Indeed.
and speaking of, okay, so we were talking about how um, we set our limits
Mm-hmm.
in
Hmm.
our own different ways by deciding what you post out there. And it seems that social media kind of is your presence is a form of identity.
Mm-hmm.
So how do
Hmm.
you define that? Do you feel that way? And does it say a lot about you, like your number of followers and likes? What does it say about your profile?
Mm,
Um, yeah. What do you think, Fira?
well, uh, okay. I had this moment in my university. We had a class, so my lecturer posted he told the students to pick no, it's like a we had like an assignment thing. So this one group took like random people's account in the like random students account and posted on the wall, and then they told us, okay, go to each of this paper or like the image of the account, and then what do you think about them, you know? So then my I was one of the chosen one, I guess. So after they all went to each of the person's account, they express, okay, this person's like this is so in terms of mine, people said that, oh, they see like my followers and all how I dress and everything. They say like, oh, I seem like a popular girl, you know, I seem like someone who is
Mm-hmm.
famous or someone who is out there, extrovert. They describe who I am in terms of like how my Instagram looks like, and it was very interesting to me because honestly, I don't present myself like that. I just be who I want to be. But it's interesting how people see myself as that by just seeing my Instagram account, you
Hmm.
know. And then
Yeah.
like for me, I mean my Instagram account it is my, you know, identity. I post whatever, like who I am, for example, you know, food, how I dress. Like I like to put me I like to have no I like to post photos of me wearing different kinds of makeup styles, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't really have like a certain type of identity. I just post whatever I want, to be honest.
Hmm.
So I like before, I would say when I was younger, I feel like I do have that sense of like, oh, I want to show people that I'm this type of person, you know, I'm fabulous, for example. So all my photos are um places, it's very taken care of, you know. But
Yeah,
now
yeah,
I
yeah,
just post whatever I want, you know. If I go to the beach, I'm gonna post myself on the beach, you know. If I'm eating, oh, here's me eating, you know. I don't have I don't care of all of that anymore, because it's when you put yourself in that form of like, okay, today I have to show myself this type of person, I feel like I'm not authentic enough, you know. I feel like
Hmm.
it's very fake. So
Yeah.
like my brand, how I'm trying to brand myself now is to be myself. Whatever I post is being like a normal human being. I like if but one thing I have that is something I should put out there is that, you know, beauty, for example, you know, if you have acne,
mm-hmm.
if you have acne scars, for example, you know, some people, you know, we wear like filters to cover up, right? So I'm slowly trying to learn that, you know, post out there that, you know, maybe I should post some days I don't have makeup on, you get what I mean? to
Yeah,
Hmm.
to slowly advocate, you know, that, you know, you should start being yourself, you should start, you know, not care about what other people think. Yeah, so
Hmm.
it's like that's my new brand, I would say. So
Hmm.
yeah. What about
But
you, Refie?
Fira, this is your platform. Even if you want to
Yeah.
filter it, you want to make it you look so fake, it doesn't matter to me because you post what you
Oh.
want to post. It doesn't say
Yeah.
it is a form of identity, but it doesn't say about
Mm-hmm.
you, but it says about you at the same time. But it is yours, Fira. You're free to
yeah,
do anything you want
Yeah.
to do about your account. You want to put filters, blue hair, however you want to do it, just like Kim Kardashian, and she's famous for that, and she's
Yeah.
striving for that, and it's okay, I think. But what really sad is that when you have this social media platform that
mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
being deemed as a form of identity about you, they think they know you better.
Mm-hmm.
They think they know everything about you. When you
Yeah,
post
that's true.
anything that you post online, do say a lot about you, but they don't really know what's really going on behind it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what
Agree.
I'm trying to point here is that those image that you see on a social media profile is about them. If this person put a lot of fake news information online, then this person is about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's
Like, yeah,
authenticity.
yeah.
Authenticity.
That means this person
Yeah.
likes conspiracy theories.
Oh,
I look at it that
Yeah.
way. I look at it that way. This person likes to I wouldn't say instill scare or whatever. This is something that turns them on. This is something that is
But
wrong, but it's right to their eyes. So
so
I
in
still
a way,
follow these people.
are you saying that okay, so even though
Mhm,
um social media is not supposed to portray your identity. And Fira said about authenticity and trying to
Mhm.
be yourself. Fira went more on, you don't want to portray something just because you think you need to do that. But instead, if I
Yeah.
feel like putting on a filter with blue hair, I'm going to put on a filter with blue hair.
Yeah.
Just because it's a fake thing, it doesn't mean that I'm not being authentically me.
yes, because you could
Yeah.
probably do it for fun, for the
Yes,
Yeah.
sake of
yes,
That's
yes.
true.
fun,
And that
the
is Refi's
pleasure
point.
of
Yeah.
Yeah.
doing it. Yeah, that's my point. But what's wrong is when you start thinking that that's you as a person. Then you
Yeah.
start to live in denial, and and it start
Mhm.
to affecting you mentally, and then it start looking, you deceive people. That's when it's wrong.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
essentially, it all boils down to what you think of yourself and how
Hmm.
you relate to what you post to what you think of yourself. If you want
Yes.
to post pictures of your socks every day
Yeah.
for a
Ew.
month, but it makes
Yeah.
you happy and you don't care, then that's fine. But if you feel like
Yeah.
I need to post pictures of my socks because my followers like seeing my pictures of my
Okay.
socks, then
Yeah.
and it disturbs you or it stresses you out, then something is wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
So the
Now
intention must be right.
this is a good
Yeah.
point. We all show the good pictures in there, because if you watch Tindler Swindler,
Yeah.
Can all these
Yeah.
images are very deceitful. Yes, he was on an airplane, but how did he get it?
Yeah, true.
This
And
person could
so
be taking a lot of bribery, stealing money for all the wealth that they show. They're not probably not doing the right way, the right thing in their life. And all
so
we think is there are this person who, this person is trusted because this person is rich.
there are two things at play here. So one is what you choose to portray to the outside world through your social
Yes.
media account, and
Hmm.
that one is a personal choice. But there's
Hmm.
also how you as a person perceive other people's social
Yes.
media accounts and what they post. And it's very easy to get blinded by the glossiness because everybody wants to portray good stuff. It's only
Yes.
natural, right?
It's only natural. But who wants to put their face crying online? I mean, people are trying to promote that now, that people with Down syndrome can be models, people with issues with blind can be someone, it's okay. Whoever
There
that you are, it's okay. We shouldn't
there are
be,
also people who do share, like when they are going through some sort of
yes,
a breakdown and going
yeah,
through a tough time, that they share that too because they want
Mhm.
more people to be aware that this is
yes,
normal. This also happens. All
yes,
that glossiness is just glossiness, and it's not
yes.
the only thing.
Be it sad, happy, or sad, it is still a
Yes.
gloss, you know?
Yes,
It
yes.
is, it
It's
is
like
about.
reading magazines, and I know that all three of us love to. Well, Fira, you're a
Mhm,
bit younger, so maybe you um, weren't really into that. But I know Refie and I, we used to walk and go to bookstores, and we would look at glossy magazines and look at the images, and we would enjoy it so much.
mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
we hope we
But
are one of those people in the magazines.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's the same concept. It's
Yeah.
we're looking at
Yeah.
glossed over stuff, and a thing that you well sometimes it's just for the image, like, ooh, dressing up like this is
Hmm.
fun and we want to
Yeah.
do it too. But w- I guess with magazines at that time, it was
Hmm.
something that you knew people put effort into publishing it and coming
Yes.
up with the
Mhm.
image. But with social media, because everyone has their own space, everyone does it by
Hmm.
Mhm.
themselves, it's
Hmm.
very easy to get confused with, is this really
Hmm.
um real life? Can real life look this
Hmm.
fabulous?
Hmm.
Because
Mhm.
people are also good at taking angles and shots that make things look fabulous. I can make my living room look absolutely fabulous, but in the background, if you just
Hmm.
turn the camera a bit, you see a pile of laundry or you see
Hmm.
um, a mess, which I just decided to keep out from the picture.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It depends on like what how you want the world to see, you know?
Because that started with the magazine establishment, meaning to say that we used to see everything on that magazine and be like, you want to be like this. So then the world decided to provide this platform that everybody can be what they see on the magazine. They
Yeah,
create that whole idea, be it
Mm-hmm.
real or not real. I don't want to say fake because it is very toxic to say because some people may
Yeah.
not like to hear the word fake. I get that a lot.
right.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Not
I
this
was about
fake.
to ask if it's toxic
Yeah,
to you.
yes, it's toxic to me, but I am accepting now that I am the world's famous fake. Be it. If that's what people want to think, it's okay. But people that I know, they say that, oh yeah, Refie can put a fake face, but at the same time, he is real as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
it
if you
doesn't
to
matter
ask
to
me,
me. Yeah.
I think it's Refi just knows how to take a good picture.
Yes, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I like good pictures. I mean, I do put some ugly pictures now that I have a belly now, a daddy bat, a daddy bot, and I even post it online and then let the world see it, and then 3 months later I archive it.
Yep.
And then I had all these people that never comment on my pictures and be like commenting just because that picture is ugly. So now I know if I put my ugly pictures in there, all these people that never engage in your profile would then engage. So
I
yeah,
guess
that's my
ultimately,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
What do
yeah.
you
So,
think, Anfal?
well, yeah, I think it's like I mentioned just now, it's your personal space and you choose what you want to post. And then it also depends on what your intention is and what your goals are.
Yeah.
um
Mm-hmm.
you know, there are still some other things at play, like, yeah, this is me and this is who I am and this is what I like to post. It also is something that you like to post. Some things, it's still you, but you don't like other people to know about it. Like,
Mm-hmm,
I am probably a bit more private about my feelings of anxiety, or those
mm-hmm.
kind of uncomfortable feelings. I'm very
Yes.
comfortable about with talking about it, even in a
Mm-hmm.
podcast or one or with friends, but I am not
Yes.
comfortable posting something about it, and for some reason I just can't get myself to do that.
Yes. Me too.
So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
there
Especially,
is sorry,
yeah,
especially,
yeah. Especially when it comes to health.
yeah,
Health can be something, can be embarrassing to me.
Personal.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
personal. That some people may know it, some people may not, but not
Yeah.
everybody should know because once everyone should know, if you are doing it for the right reason, then probably you're serving for the
Yes.
right purpose. But if
yeah,
you're doing it
Yes.
for the wrong reason to gain attention, just so that you can, get some sort of pity or support, you're gonna receive a somewhat very negative impact against that.
Yeah.
Like it's
yeah,
not going to do good to you at the end of the day. It will
yeah,
probably do good or justice for 1 or 2 days, and then you'll get the backlash because you're not doing it for the right reason.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
So I
thing.
understand when you can't when you talk about you're not comfortable talking about your anxiety, for example, because then
Mm-hmm.
people would also say um, E. It's all about E again,
Yeah.
It's
Well,
Mm.
there's a
creating a
bit
profile about you.
there's that, but there's also, like, I don't want to talk about it with
Yeah.
everyone. I
Yes.
have a selected number of people that
Mm-hmm.
I want to reach out to me, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe share their thoughts or help me to think along. They want to think along with me, but I don't want unsolicited advice.
Yes.
So, like,
Yes.
I mean, and all of this, a lot of it is well meant. Also, the thing is, with social media, it's very short snippets. You can't explain your whole life. You
No.
can, of course, you
No,
can,
you
but
can't. Yeah.
people's attention is very short. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're used to creating content, or I mean, like, I work where I write content.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we always try to remember is that people's attentions are very short. People have their own priorities and things they need to do online. So that
Mm-hmm.
snippet of your identity that you post on your personal
Mm-hmm.
space,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
if you collectively put a theme um, collectively enough, then it's very people to identify you with what
Yeah.
they see. So
Agree.
Yes.
if you
Wow.
always put like I am, if I only post on social media about my, so I only post about running and I also like to do yoga,
Mhm.
then maybe people will have an impression, oh, this person likes to do sports because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the only snippets I keep feeding people. Like, for example,
Mm-hmm.
you know that thing
Yes.
people say, if you keep mentioning yellow car, yellow car, yellow car, you're going to start seeing a lot of yellow cars on the road because it's in your
Yes.
mind.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
because people's attentions are short, you can't say yellow car, but there are also red cars and blue cars and green cars and blah blah
Yes.
blah. People
Yeah.
are only going to hear the first thing they capture is yellow car, the first few
Yellow
words
cars.
that
Yeah.
you say.
Mm-mm. Wow.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
very
that
interesting.
that is also, yeah, that is so, that is also what I think about how social media can portray or seem to portray someone's identity. And maybe
Yes.
you as a person who has that personal space may want
Mm-hmm.
to, if you really do want to portray a certain thing, then these are the kind of things that you may want to think about, but you don't have to. If you don't care and I just want to post about any random thing that I want, it's your space. Do what you
It's
want to
your
Yep.
do.
space. Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally agree.
It's
Even
all
like
about.
for me, I really control on like what I share now, because what you mentioned, whatever we post, people can just like, oh, Fira's this type of person, but they don't really know the whole you. They just can aga, they can just
Yes.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
Fira likes dancing, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but then I haven't seen her dancing. Why should they will keep thinking. So I
Mm-hmm.
like to make people wonder about me.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's the fun of it.
Yeah. I being what do you call that? Mysterious is
Mysterious.
also a luxury.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
privacy. Privacy is a big thing. And some people also don't like other people to know what they're doing, and it
Mhm.
it makes them happier that way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. That's why when I talked about the certain people I have to mute,
Mhm.
it's like I don't want to. I mean, some I unfollow celebrities, for example. There are period of time I like to follow these celebrities.
Mhm.
And there are time I cannot see because it's same thing over and over again,
Yep.
and I don't want to see what they do anymore. So no more. I don't follow this person anymore. Okay, so that also gives the other people the right to do that the same for me. If they don't like what I post anymore, if they gotta go, they gotta go. We just have
Yep.
Yeah.
to accept the fact that this is the reality. This
Mhm.
is the nature of the utilization of social media and the
Mhm.
engagement that you get, and the profile does not, define who you really are. Although
Mhm.
Instagram knows, the algorithm says a lot about you.
Mhm. Yep.
Again, then in the study of this does not, they do not know 100% about you.
Mhm. And I
Although
love how.
yeah,
Oh, sorry. What?
and you love how.
Oh, and I love how Instagram, you can control and like meaning like whoever follows you. So if you don't
Mhm.
want this person following you, you can just throw them out.
Yeah, you can click X if they suggest
Yes,
these
click
people,
X. It just.
because there's a lot of third, fourth, fifth profile that has zero followers.
All right.
Instagram now, I just learned that Instagram now allow bots too, bots account,
Yep. A lot.
and
Mm,
A
they
lot.
appear out of nowhere. They're not fake account, they're bots.
They're bots.
right.
Yeah.
They're generated by a computer to
Mm-hmm.
register all this account using a what this kind of email, like chiku chiki tiku chiki at something.com.
What is
Wow. You've really been practicing your robot language there.
that?
appear in your story, and then they're all shows about sex. They want you
Yes.
to click that link, which is very, very malicious.
Very malicious.
No, don't be malicious.
So malicious.
Malicious. Okay, now,
Okay, so okay,
Right.
because since we were talking about like utilizing social media, okay, what do you think, or like how can we help in terms of like engaging in a more healthier way? What do you think about this?
I think in a way for you to utilize the social media platform in a healthier way is to not just set boundaries, but also um, understand that
Mm-hmm.
this is just the social media, although for some people it is money for them because they
Yeah.
earn money through the work that they do on social media. Yeah. But we
Mm-hmm.
often compare ourselves to these people. When I say we means me,
And me.
I think I'm Lady
Yeah,
Gaga.
and me.
Yes, I think I am, Naomi Campbell
No.
or Michelle Obama, and I have a podcast and millions of listeners listening to me. But the truth of the matter is, no one is listening.
Oh my god.
I'm in constant denial of my life that I think that I am Michelle Obama or Oprah
Yes.
Winfrey for that matter, and the fact that I'm not. And I just learned that I can think whoever that I am
Mm-hmm.
and who I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
But if I, keep on believing it may happen eventually,
Yes, that's right.
but at this, at a point of time, it is all about keeping the balance to have yourself to engage in healthier ways of utilizing the social media is to keep the balance. Understand that knowing the balance, keeping your boundaries and not taking it personally will help you to not be affected by it,
Mm-hmm.
negatively.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
And
How about you, Anfal?
yeah, I think Refie, okay, this may be another conversation, so maybe in season two. You because you mentioned about how feel like I want to be Michelle Obama or Oprah
Hmm.
Winfrey, and
Mm-hmm.
but I'm in denial and I'm not. But actually, to me, that sounds like aspiration. And I feel that there are
Mm-hmm.
some positive things that to get out of those aspirations that you have. And you made a simple comparison of these people have a gazillion people listening to them as opposed to, well, you have at least two podcast listeners here. I'm sure
Yes.
Fira, you also listen to
Yes.
the podcast.
Yes.
So
No, no,
that
she
is
doesn't. She
better than
doesn't.
zero. Okay, okay,
I
at
She
least
know.
one.
doesn't. She
I'm
it's too
questioning that. Like, what?
it's too what do you call that? It's too toxic for her.
Okay.
Itu kah?
But
Aduh, so funny.
But
I'm
but anyway,
go on, go
anyway,
on.
so
Uh,
I think there's an interesting conversation there into seeing how, okay, you have those aspirations and what you've done in the past almost 1 year. Well, you've started a year ago, is that you also work towards making your own podcast and bringing up some
Yeah.
topics that people don't typically talk about. And I think that is amazing. And you started with a podcast where you weren't, you sound a lot more different in your first episode than you do now.
yes,
And I feel that
Mm-hmm.
you've been using these podcasts to learn and
yes,
to improve on. And I think
yes,
that's the best way to do something. You can never be
yeah,
100% ready.
yes,
Yes,
Or
totally agree.
take a 1 month course and be like, yeah, that's it, I'm ready, I know everything, because some things you just
hmm,
can't prepare for. You
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
only have to experience it
Experience.
in order
Yeah.
to
yeah,
learn
yeah,
it. But anyway,
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
need to go back to
I
Fira's
like I
question.
like that point. Before you go to Fira, I really like
Yes.
that point. It's about aspiration,
Mm-hmm.
inspiration, practicing, experience will then allow you to be that person you aspired to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And who
And at the same
knows?
time, yeah, who knows? I'll be that person who I not exactly like they are, but I am genuinely,
Similar.
authentically
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah.
appearing to be in the same level. But a lot of it
Your
also
own
came
brand.
from wanting to, be realistic as well. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think when I say about keeping the balance is that I think I know myself well enough to have those inspirations, forward and be real about it and say
Mm-hmm.
that I know for sure that I will never be a person like Michelle Obama. I just use her name. It's so easy to use because I love her and I will never be, appearing on Channel E and be spoke about. But at the same time, I, do not know if I can ever take that kind of criticism that they get. it's
Mm-hmm.
Right.
all it's good to picture yourself to be this person, but at the same time the underlying circumstances that come with it is the harsh criticism, the tortures behind it, the
Mm-hmm.
excessive comments about you. It's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can take it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Refi, this reminds me of an experience I had about, I don't know, 9 years ago perhaps, where I did this part-time hosting for an event at a mall
Hmm.
in Malaysia.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I during my trial, um, pre to the actual event, there were some things that were miscommunicated, and I was going through a horrible time, and I called you and I was crying like,
Yes, I
this is
remember.
so horrible, what am I going to do? And then you told me, do you think that Lady Gaga goes out there and dances and
Mm-hmm.
performances without going through harsh criticism from other people?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And she
Yeah.
said, and then you told me that people will, you only see um the
The,
results of all these things, all this hard work, blood, sweat, and tears in the background. So
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
for me, and then you told me, for me, this was my blood, sweat, and tears. So just push through it, and then you will work it out. And it did work
mhm.
out in the end. But
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you also have to go through all these blood, sweat, and tears
Yes.
first.
You have to
Yeah.
process that. I think you at the time processed that feelings with me. And then I
Yes.
know at the time, although, I wasn't supposed to give my thoughts about that, but I felt like the need to because that's what happens when you reach that level and then it happens to you, for example, and that's just the way to go to process it. Like it's
Yeah.
really yeah, it's really frustrating or sad or it's very undermining to someone's experience or career for that
Yeah.
something like that to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
And then
but
because we
also,
we
yeah.
yeah, we don't know what's going on behind it, and the fact that can we take it or not, it's another question.
Yeah.
So I
Mm-hmm.
think you did take it well enough so that you are able to process that and then became better after that.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
you use it to learn,
Yes.
and that's also something that I think is maybe not that well. People don't typically post about it, talk about it.
Hmm.
Is that
Yeah.
Yeah.
the failing part? Because
Yeah.
with success
Mistakes and
comes
all.
failure,
Yeah.
and with
Yes.
failure is where you learn. So it's actually healthy to fail because
Yep.
failing means you tried and then you
Mm,
failed, but
mm.
then just figure out what went wrong and then try differently.
Try again. Yeah, and try
Yep.
differently.
Exactly.
Agree.
Yeah, yeah.
And but that also, okay, so now I think I can relate that to what Fira asked earlier, to engage
Mm-hmm.
in healthier ways of using
Yeah.
social media. And well, how am I going to relate this? Okay, I wanted to say, well, firstly, firstly is the awareness of these things. So these things that we are talking about, I think generally, it is being, there are a lot more conversations about it. People do point out, and
Mm-hmm.
that there's failure, and there's a lot of things that goes behind the glossy things that you see of other people posting. And Refi, you mentioned some people are influencers. They can only post glossy things because that's the type of account that they have. That's the type of
Mm-hmm.
things that they want to portray. And I think that having these conversations, bringing up the awareness, is the only thing. We can't control what other people post because
Mm-hmm.
that's their personal space, what they want to do. But we can make it more out there, that um, of the awareness that there are shitty things that go on. There is
Yeah.
blood, sweat, and tears that goes on behind all this glossiness that you see.
Hmm.
Oh
So
wow.
True.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just having those conversations more, and putting it out there, like what you're doing now with this, which I
Yes.
really like.
That's one of the ways to help us to engage in healthier ways in utilizing
Mm-hmm.
social media by having this conversation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Have
like,
that conversation.
I totally agree in terms of like if we don't go through all of that, for example, the bumps on the roads, like from using social media, we wouldn't know what we like or we don't like, and we can't engage in a more healthier ways if we do not go into this, sadness, angry, or frustration. You get what I mean? Because like,
Hmm.
for example, like I said, like using social media and seeing people, and like for example you got hurt from it. If you don't know, if you don't go through that moment, you wouldn't know that, okay, this is not good for me. I don't want to engage in this anymore. So you try to find ways that are good for you, that are better for you, and that is like much more positive. You get what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
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 Also a form of learning. You have to
Yeah.
experience it and then learn
Right.
from it, and then you figure out what works for you.
Yes.
Hmm.
Totally. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, in terms of like that, okay, let's go into the moment of like sharing on like what your hopes and dreams are in terms of this.
I hope that in my dreams are companies that produce this kind of application of social media would be responsible for the the harmful that it does and the good that it brings.
Mm,
Like be mindful of how you process those information that you have. How do you make use of it, like use it responsibly. um I am against the exploitation of our data to be at their advantage, but I am about all of the advantage for everyone, if possible,
mm-hmm,
especially companies who, like Facebook and Instagram, allow you to, make ads out of your own account and publish and make money out of it. But what I'm not agreeing here is that when those algorithms that allegedly being taken from your utilization of social media, from what you like, from what you search and whatnot, will be a prompt on your feed
mm-hmm.
from the basis of your utilization, from your history of search, from
Yeah.
the mic or speakers or whatever that they put on to listen to our conversation, and
Yep.
then show up for no reason by not using its who posted first and whatnot, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
missing posting that from the ones that I want to see, like
Mm-hmm.
someone who
Yes.
posted 1 minute first, but they showed
Yes.
someone from 15 minutes before, just because this algorithm wants to mock me.
Yeah, honestly, I wish that Instagram could be like how it was before than now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like now you really have to compete in order to be on top. For
Yes.
your content to be on top, you really
Yeah.
have to keep posting. And I don't want to do that.
Because I know it is
It's,
about money. It's about money.
yeah,
It's
which,
money for them. It's money for
Right.
people who does this content. It's money for them. And some
yeah.
people pay to get more followers. There is
Mm-hmm.
this website that you can pay $20, and this random people in all over the world will just like or comment or follows or request friends or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and they get money for doing that,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
instead it's somehow legal to do that, but it's some people do have organic number increase of followers and whatnot, but some
Mm-hmm.
don't. Then you cannot identify which one is genuine, which one is not,
Yes.
which one is a
Right.
scammer and which one is not, because
Yep.
I've got a lot of messages asking me to do this and do that. I want you to be the face of this for that,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not the person from that account and ask me to do this and do that, which
Mm-hmm.
who's the real person? Obviously everyone is a
Mm-hmm.
scam. And then the reason behind it that they feature there, like to message, is for you to connect. Like I say, it's to connect to each other, to collaborate, so that we are able to grow each other.
Mm-hmm.
But now you don't know who. I can, like, for now I can only contact from the people I know, to
Mm-hmm.
and I trust, and then in fact, from the people that I know and I trust, for example, that I invite for a guest to collaborate with me, for example,
Mm-hmm.
um they themselves think, is this me, is this is
Yeah.
that him, or is this a scam wanting to get information from me or whatever. So it's quite, alarming when it comes to that. It's
Mm-hmm.
scary too. So I think my hopes and dreams, apart from these companies to be responsible to that, I hope we the users are also responsible to the use of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Don't exploit it for your own benefit. Don't
Mm-hmm.
exploit means don't use it to scam others, to cheat and to lie, to abuse, to do anything that's against, the good behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think um, those are some really nice hopes. And in the meanwhile, it may happen or it may take some time to happen. But in the meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
I think have honest conversations and create
Yeah.
awareness and just have more conversations about it. And I hope that people can, be critical and if they have a question about something, just put it out there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
question it, talk to people
Yes.
about it.
talking
Yeah.
about talking about like this, like for me, I really hope and like wish that people who are on Instagram keeps continuing doing all the positive things, like sharing about this, saying no, doing the right
Yeah.
thing. If you're in trouble, this is what you should do. I really hope that people continue to make a change in
Yeah.
Instagram, and not be all about businesses and like, oh, if you want
Yes.
this, you should do come join us for, I get it, you want to do your business, but at the same time I
Yeah.
feel like the message that you're getting out there, it's a bit not that authentic again, and not really
Yeah.
like trying to help someone. And
Yes.
I really hope that at the same time, and dream honestly, that Instagram try to make Instagram not really such a competitive or a place where everyone has to, like, I want them to make the features, for example, to be more mental health friendly. You get what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Instagram is now obligated to do that because the law in the
yes,
US are required them to protect that from
which
people.
is great, and I feel like they
Yeah.
yeah,
should really
Yeah.
continue and create new things that can really help people. and
Yes.
and especially if they have like some like, for example, insecurity issues or something like that, like for example, the posting where you don't have to see the likes anymore,
Yeah.
only the person who shares that photos can see the likes. I feel like
Mhm.
that really helps.
The
It
right.
likes,
helps
which
yeah, you can hide your likes where people can't see
oh,
how much how much this post
yes.
has. Yeah, like for
Yes.
me, I close all of my likes because it makes my mind at peace.
Yes.
I don't have that feeling of like, why is my like so little,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
really hope that Instagram continues to make these things, or to create more
Changes.
features that
Yeah.
can help us,
Yes.
be more at peace with ourselves.
And I'm starting to
Yeah,
see big celebrities starting to do that.
Yeah, which is very
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
very very respectful. I find it very like, wow.
I'm looking forward to season 2 already,
Me
Refie. But
too.
but you probably should take a well-deserved break.
Yes, I
Yes.
You've been
am. I
working
am.
hard.
and and
But
and and creating more awesome topics for us to talk about.
yes, yes, we
Yeah.
need a break. And then it's been quite a conversation. This 29 episode that's out there. And
Mm-hmm.
I have really improved my mental health. And I received some of the feedbacks
Mm-hmm.
from my listeners who said that they don't just resonate with this as well. From my guests who think this conversation is therapeutic for them, and for some listeners who can really take this as a form of faith for them to move on and get on with their life,
Mm-hmm.
and change for the version of themselves
Mm-hmm.
or something like that.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
podcast came a long way.
yeah. I have
Uh,
been involved in your podcast a couple of
yes,
times, and
yes,
I also found it therapeutic to talk
yes.
uh, about the things I talked about, and it helped me
Yeah.
too. So thank you.
Well, thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fira. Thank you, Anfal.
Thank you, everyone.
All right,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone. Yeah.
See you season 2.
Woohoo!
All
Bye.
right. Woo! Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to He with Refie Redzuan podcast. New episode airs every Thursday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow He Podcast on Instagram for all the updates and behind the scenes. Please subscribe, rate, review, and comment. Once again, thank you for listening to He with Refie Redzuan.